Hi everyone. We're I'm gonna make a video today, a new video. Um, this one is important because it's gonna prove that writing and learning things from writing and books and internet is fine. It's completely fine. There's a huge group of people who don't even think that it's okay to use words. Like they don't think it's okay to write something down and use words. Like there's just certain things you have to figure out about words themselves before you could really understand how to use them. There's things you have to understand. That's true. So I guess you're right in a sense. It's not completely safe to just use words because then you'll start writing things down and you get lost in it. But the thing is, with life, all things come with a negative side. So you have to work through the negative side of words and you learn to use the positive side of it. So I have a seed that will show people why it's okay to use words, write things down, and to use the internet to learn things and video games to learn things because of this one truth. I'm gonna write it down. All writing does is point to the truth of what it's pointing at. All writing does is point to the truth of what it's pointing at, okay? So that's the truth right there. And when I say point, it doesn't even point to anything. If I say point, it's not really pointing to anything. It's not even a real point. Like, it's just your mind is making sense of the things it sees. And here on the planet, we've created a pattern that has create that has some kind of ability to translate among people, different people, which is crazy because in reality, it's all everyone knows that the more you get deeper into it, the the more it seems that um like stuff like words and writing is frivolous. Also, is sorry, I can't really remember what I'm trying to say here. All writing does is point to the truth of what it's pointing at. Oh, so the deeper you get into it, the more you realize that it's kind of like chaos sometimes, and the elements have actually a big play in things. So like the elements, if you try to show a note to a rock or like a piece of grass or something, it's not gonna read what you just wrote on the screen. It's not gonna do that. It just sees it as elemental something. But because we're humans, we have consciousness, and we're starting to become aware of our own consciousness. We actually can see the words for what they mean and what they mean to each other. You know, that we were starting to figure out there's a common basis among even the furthest of people. So there's actually some kind of connection. So all writing does is point to the truth of what it's pointing at, meaning, and it doesn't even point at that. It's just elementally, it's just a quiet. It's just quiet. So that's why I'm saying it's fine to use writing to remember things, but you have to remember that you can't 100% rely on the writing, or else you're going to forget what you wrote. And we're learning that when you crystallize things in reality, like by putting it on the internet or something like that, that's what it does. It it doesn't do anything physical, but when you post something, it really does make it like, it shapes it to be the way it is, kind of like by everyone who listens to it. But like deep down, you're still gonna want to hear the information for itself, for like behind the words. Like you don't want to 100% rely on the words you're speaking or the writing or anything. I use writing for tools. I use it like for things that I want to enforce, or like something like that, you know? So, in conclusion, writing is okay to use because it just points at things, kind of. Like, it points at the truth. It points at what's actually happening in the person's mind. So, like, I have a shirt here that says Cowboys Till I Die. Like, that's the Cowboys. It's telling me, it's talking about cow, boys, and then and then I don't want to I don't know, it's pretty stupid to say that, but um by the way, we've already found the secret to what dying means. It's actually when you lose control. We've been watching the definition of what dying means, and that's what it means. It means until you lose control. So the thing is, like, that's what we've been talking about, is that lose control. Like, everyone wonders what death is, and like I've been studying it, and I realized that like all it changes in your consciousness is that you lose control of your body. You can't breathe anymore. You can't move. Your eyes close or they stay open. So that's what we're talking about, is like power is control. And in the center of your being, you have power to do whatever you want, basically. You're alive, you can do whatever you want. That's potential right there. So that's something you can look at in life. But yes, in conclusion, it's okay to write things to point at things. Like, video games are okay to play because they're just pointing at things that you know about, like the Batman model. It knows that you know about the Batman model. Like, it knows that you're talking about a human being who's wearing a suit that looks exactly the way you would think it would look if you were to use it. Like, if you were to make it yourself, if you were to make the suit yourself and wear it, that's exactly what it's talking about. Like, it's pointing at that. It's just pointing at something that's already there. Like, words do that. They point at things that are already there. Like, it's kind of nonsense to be getting lost in words, and I don't know. But that's all I wanted to share. Post this video with one of those fancy titles, and then let's see what people think about it.